Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to the pre-market show. How's it going?
Good afternoon. That was a quick intro. I wasn't expecting that.
I caught you with your head down.
Yeah. So today's show, triple witching. So I will be honest, when I seen the thumbnail, it actually threw me a bit. I was like, yeah, what's this? And yeah, looked at the thumbnail. It was like a new Marvel movie or something. So nice thumbnail. And yeah, triple witching. So do you want to take us through what that is? So I had to do a little bit of research myself this morning. So as I'm sure on that.
Yeah, for sure. I just wanted to say for those of you in the live chat, please check out the live chat. Feel free to post, and we will respond as quickly as possible. I really appreciate everybody kicking it with us today on this Friday, 21st of March, triple witching. So what is triple witching? So it's where you get at the end of every quarter, you will receive expirations for single stocks names. So NVIDIA, Apple, Tesla, their quarterly options will expire today. You also get the index options expiring. So your S&P is a big expiration, and I can probably share my screen. And then the last one is futures. You get the futures rolling over for the second quarter, so Q2. So we'll be rolling over from March to June. And that's basically what it is.
Yes. So from that, then, what are we expecting? Are we expecting to see some high trade volume?
Yeah, usually you get a lot of trade and volume. This is the number that has been floating around. So looking for $4.7 trillion of notional value today to be kind of expiring, which is a pretty big number. If we can get a piece of that, 0.001% of that would be great, Andrew. But yeah, you can see a lot of it is tied up with the S&P. So the SPX AM expiration is 2.8 trillion. And then throughout the day, you end up getting a full 4.7 trillion of expiration. So usually you get some choppy price action. You'll get sometimes you get some big swings throughout the day. And then sometimes at the end of the day, is where you'll get sometimes some surprise moves. So I call those Jerry specials. Shout out to Jerry, where the last 30 minutes of trading either can be the best 30 minutes of the day, or it could be completely flat and completely dead.
Yes.
So
what we're expecting really could be potential manipulation, while just some traders attempt to get their assets towards a price, right?
Yes, exactly. So those with large accounts are looking to, move the prices around in their favor based on what they're holding and what positions they are looking to either roll over into next month or to next quarter, or in some cases exiting those positions as well. Shout outs, some shout outs in the live chat. Big shout out to Terry K. Thank you very much, Terry K, for joining. So Terry was one of our first guests ever for the show. I think she was, one of the first. Yeah. So thank you very much, Terry, for kicking it with us. I know you got your own show going on as well on IRI FM. So make sure you're checking out Terry K doing her thing in the financial space as well. Also, there we go. Beautiful
co-host, right? Thanks, Terry.
Every time, each and every time. You are what makes the show, Andrew. You're the reason why people are joining and coming and watching this today. Well, we got the Italian keto guy. So this is Giuseppe. Hey, Giuseppe. Thank you very much for joining us and joining our show this afternoon. Also, Jerry Soltis. We talked about the Jerry special. Shout out, Jerry. Thank you very much for joining us. Please feel free to let us know what you're trading today. We got markets opening in about 10 minutes. So keep us informed, please. Elias, thank you very much, bro. He's in the gym, I'm guessing. Elias is doing some workouts. Shout out to Elias, keeping it fit, keeping it good. Asha saying good morning. TGIF. Thank goodness it's Friday. Yes. We like to call it Capital Preservation Friday, where our number one goal is to protect the profits that we made this week, and also profits that we've made this month. So first and foremost, we want to preserve our capital. Andrew, you're well aware of that. So many times you can have a great week, profitable week, Monday to Thursday, and then Friday comes and you start giving it all back.
Yeah.
So that's what we're trying not to do.
So I'm just tracking
we got a few more.
Just tracking the S&P this afternoon. At the moment, we're getting a nice push down. We could see that change like it did yesterday on the open. But yeah, at the moment, we got from M5 through to the daily chart showing a downward trend. So yeah, I'll be keeping an eye on that and potential shorts on the S&P.
We got the open. Thank you for keeping me on track, Andrew. It looks like we got the open in about 10 minutes. So we'll be looking at some trades today. But first and foremost, capital preservation. If anybody is watching today and you want us to talk about something, or you have questions, please pop it in the live chat. We got Rosario as well saying hello. So thank you for joining us, Rosario, and happy to learn. So that's what it's all about. We're all here to learn and to help one another to do as best as we can.
That's a great segue into learning. So I'll quickly share before the market's open, we'll quickly go into my diary for the week. And it's been a relatively good week, but I just want to show you some of the mistakes that I'm making. So see, we started off, and I like to take one trade a day on the open. So you can see one trade. And actually I took two trades here. So I actually took a stop loss. Then I tried to catch back. I took another stop. So the learnings from me here is just stick to my plan, which is one trade a day. Then that loss would have been 50% of that, right? Would have been around 350, 360, 375. And the same here. So you can see the mistakes that I'm making when I'm actually over trading. But looking at the strategy, we're at around 67 or 68% win percentage, which I'm happy with. And yeah, we're above the one with the profit factor. So yeah, some lessons have been learned in the last 2 weeks. And so far for this week, we're green. I missed out on a trade yesterday. There was some high impact news with the home sales. So I decided to sit on my hands, and then price went straight into the take profit, what we were expecting. So a little bit of a shame I missed the trade yesterday. Hopefully we can finish off the week green. So yeah, lesson learned. Don't overtrade, right? You can see all my mistakes are from overtrading, which is
it's great to see that, Andrew, and I really value this transparency and openness, because it shows that not every trade is going to be profitable. Not every trade is going to be green, but as you're able to go back and look at the various days, you can improve on what you've done. And it's great to see the patterns and being able to pick up and learn from them.
Yeah, definitely. If you've got a trading plan, write it down, write down your rules, stick them up in front of you if you have to. And just stick to your plan. So my plan is, it's one trade a day, win or lose. And we should see that win percentage, get up to around 75%, hopefully by the end of the month. So just looking at the S&P, just seem to be consolidating at the moment on the futures market, but we're still showing a nice downward trend from M5 to D1. So I'd be interested in the open. They're 7 minutes away, which is going to feel like
7 minutes. 7 minutes. It's this is the crunch time usually when I'm scrambling around trying to get my charts done. So just a heads up to everybody, we will be watching the markets live. I'm gonna hide our cameras so you don't see our puzzling faces. We got a post from Jerry, 15-minute opening range watch. And I love the opening range breakout. For those of you who are unfamiliar with it, it's ORB for short. And that's what we trade on the S&P most days. So we'll be keeping an eye on the opening range. Thank you for your posts. Thank you very much, Jerry. You know the deal. You know what we're looking for.
Yeah, so hopefully we can cover that now when the market's open. But should we have a quick look at some charts while we're just trying to just fill the time us all for 6 minutes?
Yeah, let's do that. Actually, you know what I'm going to do, Andrew? I'm going to put on a timer. Just so that I'm keeping myself on track. So let's put this timer on here. Okay. All right. So let's have a quick look now at this is a chart of the S&P overnight. So showing where the S&P started overnight and then moving into this morning. It's moved down lower. I made this line when we were starting backstage, and it's moved even lower than that. So very, very clear, starting a bit weaker than we were yesterday. And I think the good thing about the opening range is that we kind of reset and we base it off of where we open. So we're actually going to be at the pre-market low, or the lows of the pre-market right now. So we'll have to see where we go from here.
Yeah, so we got a strong bias down at the moment, but like you said, the opening range will reset, and it'll be interesting to see which way we go. The only thing I would say is, there's a lot of liquidity there potentially to be filled.
Yeah. This is the low right here. This is where we finished the day yesterday, way up here. So pre-market close is important, and we've basically moved down effectively to kind of start the day in the hole, I guess. So anybody who bought yesterday's close, if you would have bought, or if you would have gone long, you would be in the red on that position. So this happened yesterday, and what ended up happening was slowly but surely we ended up kind of moving higher after the open. Let's see if the pattern repeats itself today. Remember, it is triple witching, so we could get some unpredictable swings today. So be prepared for that. What else are we looking at? Let's have a look at a few other things, Andrew, since we got some time.
Have a quick look at cryptos. So
let's have some look at cryptos. We got some time here. Everybody likes the B word, Bitcoin. Let's see what Bitcoin's saying. Okay. All right, so we zoom out a little here. Oops, it doesn't look good. So we got a bit of a pullback from the all-time highs in Bitcoin. This is a weekly chart, and I mean, I feel like it's ready to make its next leg, its next move. I think a lot of the tariffs and a lot of this sort of Trump uncertainty, geopolitical uncertainty, has provided what I would call an opportunity here.
I agree.
A lot of times, I think, especially for traders, short-term traders, we're zoomed in. We're so mega focused on the day-to-day. But if you kind of step back, look back to 2021, we're a lot higher than we were. So be interesting to see how we finish the day. Triple witching won't impact crypto directly, but I do think it could impact risk flows, money flows in and out of riskier assets like crypto. So let's keep an eye on that. I know we had a few questions last week about XRP, so let's cover XRP with 1:37 seconds left until the open. So XRP, we got a nice little bounce on XRP, if I ever find it.
Yeah, so the SEC dropped the case, I think it was yesterday or the day before.
Yeah, that was massive news.
Yeah, so that was good news for XRP. Potentially didn't bounce as high as what I thought it would. Yeah. But we can see it's respecting that trend line, that red trend line you've drawn in. We just seem to be testing that. So potentially, we could see. Yeah.
I mean, it's interesting to see it. It's given mixed signals, I think. In a way, it looks like we're getting lower highs coming down, but you never know. All it takes is a Trump tweet or some sort of news that could really drive this a lot higher. We've seen it before, where it just shoots off, and it's very little that you can do except for hold on. So it'll be interesting.
Yeah, so welcome, Raz. So we got the Mandela fan club here today. So
fantastic. Hey, Raz. Also, say hello to Andrew as well. As well.
Also, welcome to the show, and thanks to all the viewers that we got as well. We really appreciate it. If there's anything you'd like us to look at, if there's anything you want to talk about, please drop it into the chat. We're happy to discuss. Market's gonna, our opening range is gonna start in about 1 minute. So
we got the open.
Scrabbling behind the scenes and start sharing the screen what we're looking at. So Mandela and I
Market's opened. Market's open. Ding, 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 ding.
Yes, we both trade the opening range. Myself, I do it on 15 minutes after the opening range, and I believe Mandela goes after 5. So you'll probably see us take similar entries, but at different times. So yeah, it'll be good to watch.
Yeah, we just got the open happening here. So just bear with us as we look for the price. All right. Okay. All right. So markets are open. I'm going to have a quick look at, let's see. There we go. I was a little delayed there. Okay. So starting off with a red candle. Prices starting to move a little bit lower. I am absolutely terrible at multitasking. So we are going to just watch as the price moves. If we have a quick look at FinViz as well, just to have a quick look at what's moving. We'll keep an eye on the sectors that are outperforming, but literally, first things first is what is the S&P doing? Jerry rightly said we'll be looking at the opening range. So that's I guess our go-to trade. And let's take it from there.
Yeah, so for myself, it's the opening range started bullish. So I'm actually on the M5 and I'm going to wait for 15 minutes. So I'll be looking to take a position after 15 minutes on the opening range. And yeah, at the moment, yeah, we're bullish on the M5. What's your M1 saying, Mandela?
So M1 closed red. So I don't think we were talking about this earlier before we started. That doesn't give me that much data. I don't have data on what happens when the first minute is down, but it does give me a high and a low of that first 60 seconds of trading. So previous close is up here, but it looks like it wants to go the other way. So starting a bit soft, starting the day a bit soft, and we're going weaker, heading towards the pre-market low to start off the day.
Yeah, same here. It's also got to push down, creating a new low. And at the moment, I'm looking at about 96 ticks on my first trade.
So far, just watching. Looks like it's got a leak. S&P's got a little bit of a leak on it. And when you see a lowering tide, you also usually will see other stocks kind of follow the index on most days. So I'm just going to put in the levels for the first minute, and then we're going to wait for the first 5 minutes to complete. So we've just finished 2 minutes, just finished 3 minutes. Okay, there we go. All right. So first things first, we got the first minute range. Next up, we're gonna let this, again, a bit of a pullback here. Back into the 1 minute range. Nicely done, nicely done. So for those of you who are playing along from home, this is the S&P. So the S&P index, ticker symbol SPX. So this is the cash for S&P. Andrew is trading the futures contract for the S&P. And it very much runs like the heartbeat of the market. And some people call it the SPOOs. But yeah, SPX is what we usually trade most days. We'll have a look at some individual names. We'll have a look at some crypto as well. But this is our bread and butter. All right, so we're back in the 1 minute range here. Usually the first 15 minutes can be just patience, really. Over the years, you learn sometimes the best action is no action at all. And that's kind of how I approach it, especially on triple witching. You don't want to make any impulsive decisions, and you definitely don't want to find yourself in a trade that you shouldn't have entered.
Yeah, so for myself, first 5 minutes looks like we're going to finish bullish, looking at 99 ticks. And yeah, so we just started the New York VWAP, and we just traded below yesterday's New York VWAP as well. So a little bit of a gap there to close. So yeah, another 10 minutes for me before I look to get into a trade, and we'll keep watching you on the M1. I'm sure you're going to pull the trigger before me.
Yeah, well, that's the thing with trading live on YouTube. It's it's always one of those things where you want to make sure that all the time, I guess, but you want to make sure that the setup is really presented itself. So probably gonna give it a few more minutes to bake. But it looks like it does look at this point in time, within the first few minutes of trading, looks like we're seeing some weakness at the start of today, clearly.
So what are you looking to do, Mandela, for it to break that, I suppose, your larger rectangle box, and then looking to take the trade, right?
Yeah, so there's two things going on here. So the first thing is this rectangular box is the first minute. We've already broke below that. So we broke below that twice. This bigger box, the thicker lined box, is the 5 minute, and we're actually getting a break below that right now, which is very interesting. Usually what happens is if the price can break below and remain below, then we tend to see price continue its run a bit lower. So if the price can kind of get down here, sometimes you'll get a retest of this, what I call the opening range low, 5 minute opening range low, and then you get the real move. That's a possibility, but right now doesn't look like it's quite ready to do anything yet. So we're just watching. It's a very, very simple strategy, and the essence of the strategy is if the S&P can break below this line, we want to look to get puts or get short. If the S&P can break and hold above this line, then we're looking to get long, and we're looking to get calls. In terms of targets, we can look at those later. But I guess as a simple sort of target range, one target would be up here at the previous, this was a previous close. So this price here would be where we closed yesterday. This would have been Thursday's closing price. So that's a good target if we do get above the opening range. And then on the downside, well, that's where nobody wants it to go, but it's a scenario that we all have to consider. If you're managing risk, there is a possibility that we do break below the opening range, in which case we want to have targets on the downside. So we would get short, or we would get puts and look for downside targets. So that's what I'm looking at.
Yeah, so for myself on the M5, in no man's land at the moment. We just the price is between the opening range. So yeah, nothing concrete for myself yet. So the day we trade live on YouTube, and it doesn't look like we can get much action at the moment. So let's see what happens on this final handle.
Yeah, it's triple witching. So triple witching can be unpredictable. And that's the good thing about markets. I feel like if there's nothing to do, if there's no actions to be taken, we're not losing money, we're not making money. And sometimes just having cash is also a position as well. And sometimes we forget that. We always want to press a button. FinViz is a good free site. I think most people are aware of it, but it usually gives you a the temperature of the market, I guess you could say. Gives you an idea of what's moving today. Personally, I don't trade a lot of individual names, except for if there's a reason to be trading them. So breaking news, earnings, some swing trades, which would last about a few weeks of a few months. But this gives you a little bit more of a granular view of what's happening in the market. So for those of you who are looking for individual names, that's a good source. Let's have a quick look, because S&P, what I'm going to do, I'll put an alert here. So if the price breaks below the opening range, I will get a little ping and I know to come back, and then I'll do an alert here. Sometimes it's good if you're working or something and you're unable to actually keep an eye on the price. It's helpful. There we go. So this would be a crossing down alert. I don't know, Andrew. It seems like it's attracted to the low. It seems like it wants to have a look at the opening range on the belly. So we'll have to see. Okay, we got a one on that side as well.
Yeah, so I was setting up for myself on my candle, looking at 99 tick stop loss and profit. So yeah, it's the last 5 minutes for me. And then if we do break, I'm looking to get into a trade.
Cool. Yeah. So I'm gonna also include the 15-minute opening range high. So you do 15-minute, right?
5
right?
minutes.
You do 5-minute opening range.
Yeah,
okay, cool.
So yeah, 3-5 minutes. So wait 15, and then looking to get in on a trade and just kind of push up at the moment.
Okay.
So
let's have a look. So just in terms of the storyline, we gapped lower, opened lower on the S&P, and now looks like it's trying to figure out what it wants to do. And I'm just going to scroll quickly through some other tickers here. So Bitcoin starting to perk up. Remember, we've only had the first few minutes of the day, but Bitcoin looks like it's correlated with risk assets. Apple, interestingly, got the gap down as well, and now it's starting to perk up a little. That's interesting. So if we get back up to here, that would be closing the overnight gap. We'll be getting back to where we finished up yesterday. So yeah, Apple looks very much like the S&P. Let's have a quick look at S&P now. It's still there. Let's have a quick look. Let's see NVIDIA. NVIDIA gapped even lower, continued going down a bit more than the S&P, and now it's looking like it's trying to figure out what it wants to do as well. Tesla has been beaten up, and it looks like Tesla's up for today, up more than 1.8%. It's interesting. I think a lot of people who bought Tesla protection, so they would have been buying either puts on Tesla or shorting Tesla beginning of the year into February, probably now looking at cashing in some of those positions. Let's see what else we got. So a lot of people like quantum stocks. Quantum seems to be the hot in thing. The cool kids are all trading the quantum stuff. So it looks like it's doing okay today. I guess a little bit mixed on the quantum side, but I read that CEO of NVIDIA was saying that there's at least another 10-year lead time until these are actually fully functional and fully reaching their potential. Let's have a look for those of you who trade currencies. US dollar starting the day in the green slightly. We were talking about yen in one of the chat groups. So yen is also looking quite nice. Let's take a quick look at S&P. Here we go.
Yeah, it's pushing up on my chart. So for this candle, potentially could be a bullish move next, and be looking at 106 ticks. Take profit and stop loss.
Lovely. Also want to just say thank you to everybody who is in the live chat. We got a nice community of like-minded traders. We're trying to help one another and grow together. So thank you very, very much for your support and for watching us. It's really, really, really impactful when we're able to build a community and work together. So just wanted to say a special thank you to everybody in the live chat. Feel free to send any posts. That's what we're here for. We're here live and direct, and looking forward to your questions and your posts.
Yeah, I suppose apologies. Probably the most quiet I've been on stream.
That's fine.
Yeah, I'm just
fine.
watching this chart at the moment. I just go back to what Jerry said. Patience pays.
Yeah, that's so true. That is so true. Patience, and it's sometimes it's counterintuitive because you're thinking, okay, I got to make money. I want to be paid for my time. But I think the best way to approach it is to say, in order to get paid for my time, what is the best choice? What is the best action for me to do? And sometimes it's inaction. Sometimes it's just watching. So that's what we're getting now. But yeah, Jerry is spot on that point. So Gene as well. Thank you very much, Gene, for joining and watching the show. So we can touch on a little bit of the macro side as well. And I know a lot of people, various stages of their journey in trading. So what we're trying to do is provide the best overall summary, synopsis of what we do. And hopefully you can pick up something and share something as well with us.
Yeah, so for myself, I've got my opening range marked out. So I got long and short positions. I quickly share that with yourself, what I'm looking to do.
Yeah. Okay.
So
there you go.
Yeah, so here's my low, here's my high. What I like to do is like to set my trades just about 2 points above the range, just in case we get a false breakout. So this will be my long position. This will be my short, and it's just a game of patience now. I'm just waiting for that price to break and take that position. So yeah, that's what I'm looking at the moment. So yeah, if we break here, quite mindful of the VWAP from the New York Open yesterday. Yeah, it could act as some resistance. But yeah, I'm expecting us, if we break out, expecting us to go up to around this level here of 570 or 575. And if we break here, I'll be taking a trade at this level.
Can you just remind us, Andrew, what is that you're trading for those of you who just joined? What are you trading?
I'm trading the S&P 500s on the futures, and I'm trading the opening breakout, but I do it on 3 5-minute candles. And yeah, what I do then is basically set my target here, get my targets from the average true range. So I take the range over 30, 35, 40-minute candles, and then from that, that gives me my take profit and stop loss. And so what I do, I don't just guarantee the price is going to go one way. So I set up both trades. So if we need to go long, we got it mapped out here and for the short position. But at the moment, if we just look here, the bias of the market is still showing down. M5 does change, it fluctuates quite quickly with the candles. And I wouldn't be surprised if that changes to red within the next candle. So at the moment, I'd probably favor a short position rather than going long.
Yep, that's good. That's good. And I think the flexibility is the main thing. So being flexible and saying, this is my bias, or this is what I think may happen, but also being able to react to whatever does happen. And there's a trader named Peter Brandt, Brandt, and the way he phrases it is he has strong opinions and they're loosely held. So at any moment he's willing to pivot. And I think that is what, for me anyway, that's what changed my trading, is not getting stuck on one side of a trade, especially a losing trade, but being able to kind of have very strong opinions loosely held. I think that's what really sets you apart.
Yeah, just to answer this comment, yes, we will be. We used to trade futures every morning around 6 a.m. GMT, but I decided to start trading the New York Open with Mandela, so we've changed to this time now. We're here every Friday, and if there's a need for it, and if we get the viewers, we can certainly look at going live every other day. We can definitely cater to people who want to trade with us and just see what we're doing.
Yeah, that's a good question. That's a very good question. We want to try and incorporate it a bit more. I think it's one of those things. If the need is there and the demand is there, then we can definitely accommodate for sure.
So yeah, here we are on a Friday trading live, and just got some consolidation. Right, we're not getting much price movement, so we're pretty unsure at the moment.
But this is good because it shows that it's not all like high flying, fast moves, press buttons, video game stuff. Like it's not always going to be action and excitement. This is the real side of trading, I think, and it's good that people can kind of see that.
Yeah, it's a great point. I was actually watching the stream before we jumped on, and some guys from the US, and yeah, it was like they're like in a casino, right? They were like really jeering up, the people in the chat, and they were like, we're looking to go long, and they were really like, pumping it up to get it going. And that's not the way I like to trade, it's not for me. So yeah, apologies for a little bit quiet, but trying to concentrate on the charts as well and try and keep this going. But if you do have any questions, just drop them into the chat. We'll try and answer. If you want us to look at anything while we're waiting for this opportunity, just let us know.
Yeah, absolutely. We call this the pre-market show. Actually runs into the actual market open. And I do want to mention, Andrew, I think it's time to mention that we have a guest coming not too long from now. We have a very special guest. He was featured in the legendary Unknown Market Wizards, which is a book that I cherish. It's actually what got me into trading. It's a book series called Market Wizards, and he was featured in the second chapter of Unknown Market Wizards. His name is Jason Shapiro, and we're going to have him on the show, our next Invest in Blueprint show. So, just watch this space. We're still working out, finishing the editing, but Jason Shapiro is one of the best traders to do contrarian trading. He's been in the industry for a very long time. So we will be providing the actual show date in the coming weeks and making sure that everybody has an opportunity to catch our interview with Jason.
Yeah, sorry about that.
It's all good.
Another YouTube show just started on my phone for some reason. I was like, what's going on?
This is the only YouTube show you should be watching. S&P started to turn up a little.
Yes, here we go.
Which is interesting. Still early. We haven't actually had the first 30 minutes of trading, but I always find at the 30-minute mark, I don't know if you feel the same way, at the 30-minute mark, it tends to, you tend to see a gap of some sort most days. So we'll have to see.
Yeah, just breakout.
Yeah.
Testing the tops, rejecting, but just from experience for myself, normally, the more times you tap into something, it does break through eventually. So could be looking at a long position potentially. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Quickly, I'm just going to take a look at gold. I know you used to do gold a while ago, Andrew, but gold has been on a tear higher, hitting all-time highs. And I think that's also based off of what's been happening in the US. So those of you who do trade gold, actually Alex Lara trades gold. We got to get her back on the show as well. Gold has been moving today, not so great. It looks like it's a bit of realizing profits on gold, but it's had a great start to 2025.
Yeah, that's done really well. We could do with Trump announcing a few more tariffs, right? The boy who cried wolf. Yeah, you could do it again. Get a bit of price action going.
Yeah, I saw a meme that said Trump can tweet about tariffs longer than you can remain solvent. Or he can change his mind about tariffs more than you can remain solvent. So you got to be careful. Oil hasn't been doing too great. Not something that I've been trading much recently. But if you're looking for something that's been beat up, there's a few oil companies. Occidental, I think it is, ticker symbol OXY, owned by those very smart investors over at Berkshire Hathaway. So they earn Occidental. Not bad at all. So yeah, just if you're looking for stuff that is not been performing well, sometimes it's good to look at things that are underneath their 52-week lows. There's one other one I wanted to mention, which is China. So this is a China ETF, which is, let's go here. This is China. So something to keep your eye on. Definitely not financial advice anywhere here, but if you're looking to buy dips or buy value or buy where things haven't been going well lately, I think China is definitely a theme worth looking at. They have individual stocks. Obviously, I think most people are aware of stocks like Alibaba, which is also starting to perk up a little. Baidu is kind of like the Chinese Google, which is perking up a little bit as well. So yeah, just keep an eye on it. It's a good space to track.
Just keep an eye on the price on your S&P. Projected the opening VWAP, just rejected that twice.
Yeah.
Could be looking bullish. We'll see now. Just got some price changes from the M5 and M15 as well. So yeah, just waiting for that breakout, and certainly got to be patient today.
Yeah. And when we have the triple witching, which is kind of the topic of the show, what I kind of picture is a massive amount of orders, not necessarily just one-sided, but on both sides. So if we have a quick look here, and if we're thinking of the market is made up of buyers and sellers, we got buyers pushing up the price from underneath the opening range. And then you got sellers basically coming in here, and they're looking to short across the opening range. So you get a bit of what we see right now, which is no action, or basically the prices are not moving. And essentially, I think both sides cancel themselves out effectively. So that's also something that you can't force trades. Just because we're on YouTube doesn't mean that we're going to press go. We have to see, obviously look for the setups and be patient.
Yeah, and it's like Asha said, it is like a tug of war, right? We got the buyers and sellers, they're fighting it out on this open. So yeah, we'll see how that plays out. Another question. Is there somewhere I can find the rules of trading strategies you guys are following? Right, so we are planning to put together some educational pieces. So, understanding market bias, candlestick patterns, and even the opening range. That is something Mandela and I have spoken about. And yeah, we're looking to make those available on YouTube in the future. So yeah, just bear with us. Up against time at the moment. The two of us got some vacation booked next couple of weeks, but yeah, when we get back, we'll put our heads together and look at putting together some training packages on YouTube.
Yeah. Also, if you do want to contact us, we have our email address in the description of the video, as well as on the screen. So info@signaturefxe.com. You can reach out to us, and we can try and help as best as we can. Feel free to contact us. I'm loving the live chat. It's actually it's quite lively. It is quite lively. Let's see. So Terry K is in there. We got Giuseppe, Jerry Soltis, Elias, aka Irfan. We have Asha, Rosario. We got let's see, Raz is in there, Jane. We got a good group of people. We got a very good group of traders.
One question, just so we don't mess it up. Can you drop in the chat how do you pronounce your name? So there you go. Especially my Welsh accent. I don't want to butcher your name live on air. So let us know how to pronounce your name and we can give you the shout out. Okay, let's have a look where we're at. Okay, we're starting to break through for me. Just testing that high again. Just over a minute. And yeah, potentially, I would like to get a trade live on air. Probably need to check
the thing is it worth it to force a trade? I know the answer to that. Oh yeah, it'd be nice if the price moves, then that's great. The price moves. Let's see what happens. So one thing I will highlight here as we're kind of watching paint dry, and that's what it feels like. So I think key levels for this week would be whether or not we finish the week green or red. So last week, we look here, this would be last week's close. So if we zoom out a little bit, let's get out a bit here. So previous week's close, I'm trying to see where that is. There we go. So previous week's close was right here. So it's not far off. I mean, all we need to do effectively is go up another 40 points, and this would be considered a green week, and we still have the rest of the day. If we can't break above previous week's close, which is right here, then that would be another down week. So in terms of simplifying and just thinking in terms of macro, it'll be good to know or good to see how the price reacts at the last Friday's close to kind of determine, is there some strength coming in? Are we seeing some buyers enter, or are we seeing some continuation of the last few weeks? So that's a good one. And then the other one is for the month. So this would be the weekly close, so from last week Friday. And then the month, I'm going to have to squint because the font size is so tiny. Let's see here. Can you see that? So that's February's close up there. So that's a ways to go. I think we can probably agree that it's likely that we finish the month in the red. But interesting to see for today. And you could probably compare this to your favorite individual stocks and your favorite ETFs. Are they up or are they down for the week? And looks like we're getting some more weakness on the S&P. So for me, Andrew, I'm still on the sidelines unless we can we break below this opening range here, and then I'll be looking to maybe trend follow. Keeping in mind that it is capital preservation and it is triple witching.
Yeah, so same here, just over to my screen. So yeah, you got my opening range marked out, got my buy opportunity, my sell, but we just consolidating, not getting a clear indication of the price. So for me, it's nothing at the moment. Again, the bias across multiple charts is down, but yeah, it doesn't tick the box, right? It doesn't fit my rules. So for me at the moment, there's nothing to trade.
Yep, nothing to trade at all. So and that's okay. That's okay.
I do have a question. I'm unsure on this one, to be honest.
Do you think ASML is a buy now at current price point? Okay, now we're getting the questions. These are the real questions. I think everybody in the live chat has had their coffee now, and they're starting to warm up. So we're getting some questions about individual stocks. So ASML, let's zoom out because we don't have much to talk about for the S&P as of yet. So, I mean, I think for me personally, I do not have a position in ASML. If I were to look at this, I would say if I had to pick a direction, I think there's probably a chance that it could go a lot lower than where we are right now. I know there's a lot of people who have basically been buying ASML into the end of 2024. Start of 2025, it looks very much like it's followed the market down. It hasn't really shown any signs of life yet, and I would want to see some sort of higher lows or some sort of news, some sort of catalyst that's going to push us higher. So that's my 2 cents from a very tourist perspective. I wouldn't start nibbling at ASML just yet, personally. What about you, Andrew? Any thoughts?
No, it's probably the first time I've seen the stock. So yeah, I wouldn't like to give advice on something that I don't trade. I don't understand the price and the price movement. If you ask me on gold or S&P might be a little bit different, but yeah, I'm actually unsure on this, so I wouldn't like to comment either way.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, so we got Aim for Greatness, one of our regular WhatsApp contributors. He's expecting some more action on a Friday. That's both of us, buddy. I think we all were. It's just got the price consolidating on its opening range, and for myself, it could be a non-trading day. I can't see me sitting in front of the monitor all afternoon, so yeah, I'll probably give it another half hour, and then I'll probably just freeze the screen and walk away.
Yeah, I think Asha kind of called it best, where it's a bit of a tug of war on this triple witching, at least in the first hour, first 30 minutes of trading here. A whole lot of nothing, I would call it. But I mean, this is the side of trading that I think you don't see much of. Like I said, it's a reality. These are the types of situations where you don't want to do anything. And so the way I look at this is price is kind of sticking in basically inside this opening range, hitting the low, going up, hitting the low, going up. Hasn't actually, interestingly, it hasn't touched the high as of yet. But yeah, if it breaks lower, then I'm looking to get short. If it breaks higher, I'm waiting to go long. And if it can't get out, then I'm looking to do nothing. And I'm fine with that. I'm happy to sit on my hands and to watch from the sidelines. Doesn't make for great YouTube and doesn't make for great TV.
Yeah,
so that's the only bad part.
The question from our Rosario is, what about gold? What do you think it'll do next week? Just dropped a lot in M15. So for myself, looking at gold, so from M5 to H4, it's showing a downward trend, but D1 and weekly on the weekly chart is actually showing an upwards trend. So if I was to trade gold next week, I'd probably be do my analysis on a Sunday evening here in the UK, or early Monday morning in the US. But for myself, I'd be putting in my key levels, running some fibs, and I'd be looking for any high impact news for next week for any price movement. But at the moment, it's still showing a strong downtrend from M5 to H4.
Yeah, I'm with you on that, Andrew. I think a great question as well. Great questions all around from the live chat. I mean, this is an all-time high. Gold has never been above 3,000, and we've pulled back this much, and we're still above 3,000. So I think it's probably gonna take a little bit of a breather here after hitting this is a very nice run. I would just wait and see. I know, for example, Jason Shapiro tracks the Commitment of Traders report, and there's a lot of retail traders, or what he terms the small speculators, who have been trying to short gold all the way up. So it'll be interesting to see how gold moves next week. I think hitting this all-time high is a milestone, and I do think we finished the year a lot higher, but I think it's due a little bit of a pullback, and I think that's what you're seeing, Rosario, on that 15-minute chart that you're looking at now. You're seeing a little bit of that kind of pullback, a little bit of realizing profits, which I think is part of a healthy market.
Yeah, so I think Rosario done quite well on gold.
Well done, Rosario. I think
congratulations.
Good job. Congratulations. Here we go. Yeah, please let us know if you have any winning trades. Please share them. That's amazing.
So yeah, we got Aim for Greatness on the Q, holding above the VWAP. Which VWAP is it holding? If you could let us know which VWAP on which time frame you're looking at. But yeah, I agree. Today's probably not the best day to be risking the trades.
Yeah, let's have a look at S&P.
Nvidia showing some weakness. Should we have a quick look at Nvidia?
Sure, we can do. Yeah, that one, I think that's what really started the avalanche, in my humble opinion. NVIDIA is right about here. Yeah, so this could be also weighing on the market here. So we got that gap lower. I think we looked at this a little bit earlier. Looks like it's heading towards the lows of the session. Yeah, good call, Jerry.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, if it breaks that structure of that low, yeah, we could see a further drop down.
I'm gonna put a little notification here. This could be a good clue that we are heading lower across the board. It could be a down quad, triple witching. So it used to be quad witching. I think it was 2020, I believe. That's when they changed the name from quad witching to triple witching. But yeah, so triple witching can basically provide us with some unpredictable moves. Yeah, 2020 was when they stopped the quad witching. They used to have stock futures derivatives, and they're stopped.
Yeah, so we're talking offshore about it, the triple witching, quadruple witching, and give me my 5-minute dedication on it. So thanks for that. So, no problem. We've been understood. So yeah, this price is just consolidating between this opening range at the moment. Struggle to break out. It's pushing down at the moment on the futures. But for myself, Mandela, it doesn't tick the boxes. So no trades at the moment.
Very disciplined. 10 points for discipline. We got another comment. Who's let's see who's that one. Yeah, Rosario, you're very welcome. You're very welcome, Rosario. All right, looks like we're trying to have a look at the opening range low here, Andrew.
Yes, a couple of points away on the futures, but if anyone in the chat think dropping what they trade in today, that'd be great. Just give us an insight. Potentially we'll have a look at it ourselves. So yeah, I've got a nice drop. I'm breaking the opening range and potentially could be going short. Let me just start setting up. So I'm working with multiple brokers. So I got hands like an octopus, right? I got to take a trade on Tradeovate, take a trade on Wealthbase, try and get over the top step. So it's going to be action.
You know what you need? You need to hire a team of people. You need at least another trader or two. I think that will help. I really do. Yeah.
Yeah, if I can pay them in IOUs, we'll be okay, right? Okay, so we're trying to break that opening range low, but again, it's just rejecting for me at the moment. What a frustrating afternoon.
Yeah. It's it looks like if I had to pick a direction, it looks like it's continuing to test the lows of the opening range. So we'll see. It's a lot of back and forth. It feels like it's moving like molasses.
Yeah, the only positive I'd say for myself is we have got the bias all in the red, and we did have a strong break through the New York Open VWAP as well. So I'll keep an eye on this price now. We could be taking a short position on the futures.
Yep, this kind of broke. It broke below slightly, and now it's retesting the opening range low.
Yeah, it's pushing back up.
Let's see.
So it's probably the best interaction, the comments we've had for a long time, and it's just typical, right? That the market's like paint drying for us, right?
Yeah.
So
that's what happens. But you know what? Next week. We do the show next week, Friday, same time, same place, and we get a beautiful, beautiful tradable opportunity, and everybody who's watching is able to see and also participate if they choose.
Yeah, so just to add some conversation, I'll be trading from Madrid next week, so I'll be in sunny Spain.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yes, so I should be able to. A couple of things. So I've got a tour to the Bernabeu, if any of you guys follow football, where Real Madrid play. So yeah, gonna try and visit that. Got a nice couple of museums there, bit of history. So yeah, looking forward to it. But I will try and get some trades away in the week. But I will be available for the show Friday.
Oh, very nice. Yeah.
Sipping my sangria, eating paella, as you do.
Yeah, you got to make sure you take your laptop.
Yeah, I'm just thinking of anything else we can talk about just while we wait for this price.
Yeah, I'm looking at, so these are the market internals. So this would show you, this is the advancing volume versus the declining volume. Ticker symbol UVOL. So this usually shows you what the volume is doing. Is the volume for the broader market, is it increasing or decreasing? So slowly looks like it's been decreasing up until now. And I just like to keep an eye on this. It kind of gives me another level of market internals. This one is the advancers minus the decliners. So any stock on the NISI that is green subtracted by any stock that is red, and that gives you the number of advancers versus decliners. And that's just another little a tool that sometimes can give you clues as to where the price may be moving. Look at what happened there. We did a little bit of peekaboo, action. We got one close below and then right back in.
Yeah, I can imagine a few traders went short as well on that, like what I call it, like a double punch. Yeah, through that bottom of the opening range. And they probably get into their stops about now. So yeah, so it's a funny old day. Potentially for myself, and give it another quarter of an hour. If nothing happens, it's a quiet week for me. Just a couple of $100 worse luck. But it is what it is. Yeah. Always next week, right?
Yeah, we already have what we've made this week, Monday to Thursday, in the bank. And so today, if it's an opportunity, great. But so far, nothing really to do. So, I mean, I would say, Andrew, I'm probably gonna wrap it up in the next few minutes. We could get a late day breakout. So for those of you in our communities, we'll try and share as much as we can. But if there's no trades to be taken, then there's no point in forcing anything. But yeah, I had a really good time. Today's been great. Lots of conversations, lots of questions in the live chat. Thank you so much to everybody. I know we've probably gained some people, and some people may have had to get off to other obligations. But yeah, it's been a really positive day, despite the fact that we didn't hit the buy button. We didn't press go. It's been very, I think, very inspiring for me as well. With the YouTube channel, we're always trying to put out things to help people, to provide information. So I wish I could remember everybody's name who's helped us to get to where we are. But thank you to everyone who is in the live chat, and thank you to everyone who has helped us to get to where we are today. It's really appreciated.
Okay, so how long we got with you? Another 3 minutes?
Yeah, what's the time like? Let's go, another 5 minutes, let's say. Because, as soon as we go off, that's when the price is it's gonna move.
Yeah, so just to answer that, so for myself, I'm trading on the M5 chart. This is the M1. But if I was trading the M1, where you can see that red candle punch through, normally that would be an opportunity to go short. That's what I call a double punch, and that's like an indication to go short. Yeah. But for myself, I'm just seeing price consolidation at the moment. I'm not seeing a clear breakout. We did break, obviously, when we broke through that opening low. There was like a slight break of structure, but before me, maybe it's experience, but for myself, it's not to take that trade. So if you used to look onto my chart, let me share my chart. I didn't get that opportunity. So if I go onto my chart here, I'm actually on the M5, and you can see we actually broke through. We tested the low, and then we opened above. So for myself, I'm looking for a clear break below the opening range low. But then what I'm going to do then, I'm quite mindful of false breakouts as well. So I always take my trade about 2 ticks below or above the opening range. So that's what I'm looking at the moment. So yeah, for myself on the M5, it didn't break below. So that's why I didn't take that trade.
Yeah, similarly for me. So I do look at the 1 minute chart, and I'm going back and forth with quite a few people about this. When I'm looking for the actual breakout, I tend to use the 5 minute. and that's kind of my general rule, is look at the 1 minute to kind of give me a hint, or the first signs, and then I'd like to see a nice clean breakout on the 5 minute chart. So it's a good question, really, really good question, because some days you'll get those false breakouts, or you'll get those head fakes, I call them, where the price will go underneath and then back in, and underneath and back in. You have to be very nimble. But I tend to use the 5 minute chart to keep me on the safe side of that breakout.
Yeah. So if you just look at Mandela's chart on the 5 minutes.
Here we go.
Yeah, you can see we didn't get a break below. The next candle actually opened within the opening range, so that's the reason for not taking the trade.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like as soon as we jump off, Andrew, it's gonna move. So I should hurry up. We should get off now, then the price can actually do whatever it's gonna do.
Yeah, for sure. I'm going to jump off. I'm probably going to do what you've done. I'm going to set some alerts on the chart, actually, and then just do something more productive in my time rather than just stare at candles all day. But no, thanks, Mandela. It's been a good show. It's been a lesson in patience, I suppose, today, if anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
yep.
Yeah, if I get a trade, obviously I'll WhatsApp you, as I always do, and I'll catch up with you over the weekend.
That sounds good. Thank you very much. Enjoyed today's show, and sometimes this is what happens. This is just part of the business, and we'll try and continue to do these every week. And at some point, we'll get some action. Something exciting will definitely happen. But I think this was definitely a learnable experience, and you've coined it perfectly as a lesson in patience today to start off Triple Witching Friday.
And just back to a previous question, we do intend to do more daily live shows, but a little bit of logistics at the moment between the two of us. But probably potentially by the summer, the two of us should be quite aligned on what we're going to do. Taking the shows live as well, trading live. So. Yeah, just watch this space. It should be happening. Right, Mandela, I'm going to shoot off. Thanks again. I'll catch up with you later.
Thank you, Andrew. See you later.
Thanks, chat. Thanks, all. Bye for now.
Cool. Bye. Thanks, Andrew. And yeah, I'll just finish off by saying thank you again to each and every one of you. You really help to make these shows special. And I appreciate your time kicking it with us on this Friday, March 2025 Triple Witching. Yeah, I think all that's left to say is make sure you check out our next interview with legendary trader Jason Shapiro, known as one of the market wizards, one of the best traders to have ever lived, I would say. So check out Jason Shapiro. We'll be posting more information about that interview soon. And then also everyone in the live chat. Just thank you. We'll be back here next week, Friday, to do it all again. And until next time, everybody, be safe out there. Be careful on the dance floor. Remember, today is Triple Witching. Protect your capital. Happy Capital Preservation Friday. From all of us here at Signature FX, happy trading.
Today's show is sponsored by thefivers.com, better funding for traders. Get qualified by a private equity fund and manage up to $4 million. So you can choose your funding journey. So you can start with the one-step program, which is hyper growth, two-step program, which is the high stakes, and the low-cost program, which is the boot camp. So pop over to thefivers.com. Please use our affiliate link for 5% off, and it's a great way to start your prop firm journey. Next to ourselves, it's TradeZella.com, the only tool you need to become profitable. So you've got powerful and automated trade journaling. Yeah, you can analyze your trading stats. You can gain some key insights. You can leverage up to 50 plus reports to monitor your progress. You can ask yourself a question after a week or two: do you have a profitable strategy? So you can go through your win rates, your profit factor, how many trades you actually missed. And you can even take it one step further. You can backtest, replay to help you improve. So pop over to TradeZella.com. use the discount code SFX25 for a 10% discount. And finally then, it's stx4x.com, the all-in-one complete trading package. Perfectly crafted trading program that meets all the needs of traders. So from Forex, futures, options and more, STS4X provides mentorship and trading systems to suit every trader. So we got the all-in-one package there with this morning's sponsor. So thanks very much to the Fivers.com, TradeZella.com and STS4X.com.